Well, hey there folks, welcome back to my playthrough here on Middleburgh for Farming Simulator 22. You see, we got some more whiskey here on the truck. And they may be wondering where I got the whiskey. Well, we'll get into that in just a moment, but you notice it is now October. On the last episode, I finished up the field, getting the hay put away. And that day, well, that month, I guess, just kind of got away from me. I spent a whole lot of time trying to figure out where I wanted to go with this playthrough, as far as the next step. So I debated on planting some of my fields. I didn't really want to do that. Because I wanted to wait around until the beginning of next year and plant some crops. I looked into potential contracts, maybe some more logging, and then I got to looking at a production plant that I wanted to install. Now, I haven't installed it yet. I do plan on doing it, but I did a little testing on it and found out that it wouldn't take bales. And I have all those bales. So I did a little tweaking to the XML, got it to where it will accept bales now. So I'm going to use that as we go forwards here, but I haven't installed it yet because if you look at the money, I'm out $1,140. And hop over into the money menu. You see, I do have $90,000 loan that I took out. Well, you may be wondering what I took that loan out on, and we will check that out here in just a moment. But first, I need to find out where I'm going. We're supposed to be going down here to a place called Men's Bar Sell Point. So I need to take a left here. And it should be down here on the right, or, well, on the right here, and then down here on the left. Let's see if we can find it here. Men's Bar. Is this it here? That looks like it. So now the question is, where do we sell this whiskey? Where do we sell it? Maybe right here in front? Huh. Well, we are going to have to tag it because I don't know. Ah, it's in the parking spaces. There we go. That works. About $55,000. Fantastic. So, why am I selling this whiskey and how did I get it? So, what I did is went ahead and took some barley out of the silo and used the grinder and produced rolled barley, put it in the still, and got that overnight. There's still some in there to produce. I did 2 of the grinders full, which I think comes out to be about 8,000 liters. So put that much in the still and made this whiskey. I do have quite a few of the production pallets up there that I do need to sell, but what I have done is went ahead and put the hay under a cover. I spent quite a bit of time yesterday using the little New Holland tractor to get those stacked under a barn, because I didn't want to leave the hay out in the weather. I know the silage bales are fine to do it, and the straw technically, since it's only going to be used for bedding and things like that. So I wanted to get the hay under the cover, so I did that. Then I started looking around where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, and ways to make some money. And I noticed that one of the fields up near my farm actually had sugar beets planted in it. Got to looking. They were going to be ready, well, today. So I bought the field. That's why I had to take the loan out. And my plan is we're going to harvest some sugar beets. There's a couple reasons for that. Is one, the future pigs that I will have can use that as a food source, and we can use our farm production to make sugar. So we're going to use that and make some sugar, and that'll open up some other recipes that we can make in the farm production that we have here on the farm. So a lot of potential with the sugar beets. I did move some equipment around, got some things cleaned up. I actually had put the first load of bales underneath this carport, and then I quickly realized there was not enough room in there for the rest of them. So what I did is moved them down here to this shed. I've moved some equipment out and got them all in there pretty good. I think I did a decent job stacking them in there. And we've got some equipment over here. So as you can see, we do have plenty of pallets that need to go. So my plan today is we're going to get the sugar beets harvested. We have a field of corn that needs to be harvested. So let's take a look at the map here real quick. Here's our farm here. Field 5 is the corn, and that is ready. And then field 4 is the one I bought here, and it has the sugar beets in it. Now, one thing that I did do is I went ahead and got the precision farming data. I just bought it, and then I had a little bit of lime up here at the farm, so I put that out. And then I had a little bit of fertilizer, and I put that out. So the field isn't in great shape, but it's a little better than it was when I bought it. So what we're going to do is first need to figure out how I'm going to harvest these sugar beets, because I don't have a tractor with narrow tires. The only thing that has narrow tires is the little Ford 8N. The other problem I have is none of these tractors have a front 3-point hitch for the topper. So I'm either going to need to lease a tractor and possibly lease the equipment to harvest the sugar beets, or I'm going to buy something. Now, buying something is going to be tough because I'm not sitting very well with the cash right now. So I think I'll just end up having to lease something for the day. Try and get that up here to the farm and use it that way. But let's go ahead and get these pallets loaded up here. I think we'll probably have a few more drop in. Yeah, a lot more dropping in. You see, I'm making the oat water. It's actually a pretty good production. It uses 1 oat and 5 or 10 waters. Let's double check that here. Oat water or oat drink. Yeah, 1 oat and 10 water, and we get 10 oat drink, whatever that is. A lot of cycles per month. So that's actually a pretty neat production. It doesn't sell for a whole lot, but water is cheap, and just using 1 oat to get that much out, that's actually pretty good ratio there. So one thing I'm going to do is go ahead and load up some of these pallets over here. Still using the auto load trailer. It's working out really well. And then we're going to grab a few of these strawberries over here. I am still making the strawberry ice cream. Milk is still a challenge. The cows just are not producing enough milk yet, but hopefully that will change here shortly, because I've had some baby cows recently, and as they grow, hopefully our milk output will increase as well. So what I'm going to do, so we're sitting at 56, almost $57,000, and you see I actually forgot about those hay bales out there. That's those large hay bales. Whoa, 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 whoa. I just about lost it. So yeah, those large hay bales out there, I need to do something with those. But other thing I forgot to mention is I did make some TMR up for the cows. And this is kind of part of the whole problem that I was trying to work through yesterday, is how to make TMR, but I also want to have a way to make pig food as well. So there is a factory that I'm going to put in. It's the US food or animal food factory, and it produces TMR and pig food. But like I mentioned before, it would not accept bales. I would have had to put in loose materials. I thought about putting in a silo next to it to break down the bales and then transfer it over, but it all just got so complicated and expensive, so I decided to just lease a TMR mixer, a food mixer. Brought it up to the farm, went ahead and loaded in some bales. So we mixed in hay, silage, and straw, since I had all three. And went ahead and knocked down that stop sign. Went ahead and mixed up 2 loads. I think it held 20-something thousand liters. It was a fairly decent sized one. And made up about 40-something thousand liters of TMR for the cows. Went ahead and put it all into the food trough because I had nowhere to store it. And we'll take a look and see how much they've eaten through. But they should be up to 100% production now. So that was another 25,000. So that gets us up to about 83,000, which is good. Oh shoot, the chickens are out of food. Oh, I've got to feed the chickens. Yeah, so they're still at 44,000 liters of TMR. So they are good for a while. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let a helper drive this truck back. Oops. Just so we can keep things moving along here. And I'm going to grab this tractor here. And go ahead and hook it up to the trailer. That's a little bit overkill using this trailer just to give the chickens a little bit of food, but I don't really have anything else other than the skid steer bucket. Alright, so 2,600 liters in there. That should be plenty. I wish this chicken pen actually held a little bit more food because they go through it pretty quick. I do still have all of the straw bales out there. Got a couple pallets of eggs. And I believe there was some honey. Yeah, several pallets of honey back there. So we've got still a lot of stuff to take off again. Yeah, that did not use up very much. I'm going to go ahead and empty this out because we're going to need the trailer to do a little bit of corn harvesting. So one of the things that I considered in my back and forth yesterday was to just sell all of the tractors that I have and upgrade to something that had more horsepower, more weight, something that I could put the skinny tires on, and had a front 3-point so that I could handle the sugar beet work. But then after buying the property, I didn't have enough money. Now, I could take out more loan, and that's always an option. But I don't want to sink myself too far in debt. Money is fairly easy to come by here if I just give it some time. So I don't want to just get bogged down with debt on this playthrough here. At least not at this point. So I think what I want to do, we're going to start out with the corn harvesting. We're going to head down to the field. I'm going to take the combine down there, get it rolling. Then we'll come back and grab the pickup. I don't think it's going to take too long to get the corn harvested. And then once we do that, then we're going to roll into the sugar beets. So let me get everything set up down there. We'll see you in the cornfield. Well, folks, I don't know if this is worth putting in the video or not, but I'm going to go ahead and record it. Oh, boy. You know, I don't even know what to say. A little comic relief for you guys. But yeah, it is stuck in the barbed wire fence. So the only thing I know to do is maybe disconnect the header. Let's see what happens if we connect back up here. Ah, that worked. Oh no, there we go. Shoot. No, it is stuck in the fence. Let's try this. Oh. That is not good. That header is not happy. Wow. Oh, I think it just popped loose. See if I can attach it here without damaging the corn. Back up, back up, back up. Oh, it won't back out of that fence. Oh boy. Cannot get it out of the fence, folks. So let's try this the other way. Let's see if we can pull it out of there. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and get her set up there. Well, that was interesting. I was just trying to cut myself a little opening here into the field when that happened, so figured I would just go ahead and record it just in case it got crazy. Well, we are back over here in the field. I went ahead and just used the tractor here. I know the truck runs a little faster, but yeah, we're just going to use the tractor today out here in the field. The combine is almost full, I believe. It's got the flashers there on, the beacons on. So we'll go ahead and move up here beside him, and we'll unload on the roll here. So one thing I do want to ask you guys while we're waiting on this to empty out here is, how do you like the pace of this playthrough? Trying to show a lot of the work activities, not trying to skip through too much of it. Part of that is just so I don't have to make so many cuts and edits. And the other part is just, you know, just take it slow. We're not in a huge rush to get through this playthrough or this series or anything. So, you know, if it ends up with 100 episodes, it will have 100 episodes. But just didn't know if you guys wanted to see more progress on each episode, or if this this pace is good enough. Don't want you guys to get bored while you're watching the videos. Trying to keep you entertained, keep you engaged. So let me know if you have any input. I'd appreciate it. Feedback is always welcome. And those numbers are still clicking along pretty quickly there, so looks like he still has plenty. There we go. He is done. with the unloading there. So what we got going on here is we got the corn going. So while he's making another pass, I'm gonna take a nap. No, let's go ahead and take a look at the used vehicle section. I haven't checked that out yet today. That loader would actually be pretty nice to have as a big heavy loader, but I don't really want that. Got us a nice flatbed trailer there that we could pick up. We do have a Massey here that could get up to a 220 horsepower, has a front 3-point. That would be nice around the farm, but I am just trying to stick with the New Holland theme here. We got a big John Deere 9RT. This is a really cool little tractor, this Super Tiger. It sounds cool, and the player looks huge sitting in the seat here. If you haven't had a chance to use this tractor, it's pretty neat. And we got a John Deere Gator here, so nothing really that I need to purchase, I don't believe. So I'm going to hang out here. We're going to get another pass around this field, wait on the combine, and we'll get this trailer unloaded, and I will see you back then. I'm probably going to make a few more cuts than I normally would on this episode, just because I am trying to get through some of these activities and show them all on this episode instead of, well, just standing here waiting on a harvester to get done. So again, we'll cut and be back in just a second. Okay, we're back here at the farm, and the problems just keep coming my way because we're creeping up the driveway here with a full trailer load of this corn. So we're gonna have to swap out the tow vehicles if we can ever make it up this hill. Come on, little tractor, you can do it. Maybe I need to get out and push. Alright, there we go. He's moving through the gears now. Yeah, I think we'll move the trailer over to that bigger Ford. It has quite a bit more horsepower. It shouldn't have any trouble. Hopefully it won't. But at this point, who knows? Alright, first load in the silo there. Come on. One thing about this tractor too is the location where the trailer connects is way up underneath the 3-point down there, so it doesn't have a drawbar on this tractor. So the pivot point there is so far up there that you see it gets into the well, the lights don't help. Gets into the tires there when you turn. Alright, we'll shut that down there, leave it there. This one's is a little bit further back. Still not great. Alright, we'll get that connected up there. Probably by the time we get back here, the combine's going to be ready to unload. This tractor actually runs a little faster than the other Ford too, so that'll make the trips back and forth a little bit quicker. Yep, he has a full grain tank. So we'll get back here as fast as we can. Go ahead and get that cover opened up. I'm a little nervous about this sugar beet harvest. I have yet to do sugar beets in Farming Simulator 22, so hopefully everything is the same as it was in 19. I'm assuming it is, but I'm still a little nervous about doing it, especially recording it. There's been no testing. I hadn't done it on a private playthrough or anything like that, so yeah, hopefully it goes well. Oh wow, this combine's actually it's about halfway through this field already. That is awesome. And I pulled out of the trigger point of the pipe there, so he folded it back in. We'll back away from the combine just a little bit so it's not so loud. Yeah, so well, maybe not quite halfway through, but he's already done a couple passes around, so overall halfway through at least. Should nearly be empty here. There we go. Alright, we'll get out of his way so he can go do what he needs to do. So while we're waiting on the combine to finish up, what I want to do is go ahead and let's lease the equipment that we need. So first things first, I thought about getting the big sugar beet harvester, but the field's not really that big, so we're going to go with the pull behind one. So I'm assuming we still need the topper that goes in the front. That's saying it needs 85 horsepower. Oh, almost bought that thing. We're going to lease it. And then we're going to need the... Wait, is this for sugar beets? Yeah. We'll need the harvester. So let's lease this. Oh, 5,000. Yikes. And that's 185 horsepower. So we're going to need a bigger tractor to pull this with. And so I thought about this is a good opportunity for me to test out one of the New Hollands I may move to. I thought about this T6 here, but it only goes to 175 horsepower. I think that's going to be pushing it. So I may try out this T7 here. And let's see, we're going to need... I think we're going to need skinny tires. Let's see, does any of these have skinny tires? I know the BKTs don't normally. Let's see. None of these. Oh, there we go. The first one, Trelleborg, I went past that. Fenders. No, we don't need that. And we need the 3-point attacher there on the front. No front loader. And let's get the bigger engine so that we have plenty of horsepower. I think that'll work. We'll lease that. Ooh, 9,000. And there we go. Let's hop over here to the shop. Get everything hooked up. Matter of fact, let me get the topper on the front first. I hope this tractor is big enough to pull this equipment here. It looks awfully small compared to that harvester. So I'm going to put that food production point here. Let's take a look at it while we're down here. I'm not going to place it just yet. We're going to wait till we get a little bit more money, but it's this one here. It's the US Animal Food mod. We're gonna set it in here about somewhere along in here. And then the other thing that I found, if you notice in the menu, we have, where's TMR? Total mix ration. There we are. You can actually sell it at the selling station for 75, which is terrible because I can actually just sell the silage for way more than that. But I feel like I may end up with more total mix ration than I may need. So I found this mod by Disturbed Simulations. He has a YouTube channel, by the way. Go check him out. Let's see, where is it? Selling points? Yeah. And it is a forage sell point. And if I place that down, the forage prices come way up. He's also got a build in here for the forage dealer. So either one of those I could place down, but I'll probably just put down the sell point. And that way, if I get an overrun on TMR, I can just sell that. At least get what we would get for silage for it. Maybe a little bit more. Hopefully a little bit more. You would think that the TMR would sell for more since you are going through the effort of adding in things and doing the mixing and all of that, so it should bring a premium. So we'll get this back here. We'll get it set up on the field. Imagine by the time I get back up here, the harvester is going to be pretty much full. We'll have to jump over and get the harvester emptied back out. The other thing that I do need to set up is a little course play route back here to this field, because we're going to have so much sugar beets. I don't know where to put them. Where am I going to put these things? I have nowhere to store the sugar beets. Oh wow, what am I thinking? What have I done? That's actually the more appropriate question. What have I done? I may have messed up. I guess we can dig a hole in the ground and dump them there. I don't know what to do with them. I am pretty sure that silo on the farm is not capable of holding the sugar beets. Let's see what it looks like in the menu here. Yeah, there's not a 0 beside it, so I don't have any capacity. Shoot. What am I going to do with this, guys? Oh, what would it be under? Root crop storage, is that correct? Do I not have anything installed? That figures. Where would it be? It's got to be under silos or sheds. I don't know, folks. I am in a pickle. All right, we're going to leave that guy there because I want to jump over here and check on the harvester. Oh, he is full. He may have been full for a while. And we're at 93%. We're going to have to make another load anyway, so I'll go ahead and run this down to the silo and come back and get him finished up. And then I may have to save the game and jump out and try to find something to build real quick so we can harvest these beets. Alright, we are back here. I took a few moments and looked through the mods and found something that may work for us if we need it. What I decided to do is go ahead and get back here and start on the field and see kind of how much we're getting, because if we're not going to get a whole lot, what I may end up doing is just dumping them on the ground somewhere, because we could put, I think, about 10,000 liters into the farm production that we have, and the rest we might could put underneath a shed or something. So let's see, what do we do here? If I remember correctly, the tires on the harvester, at least in Farm Sim 19, would sometimes damage the crop. So you definitely want it to go straight. So let's turn on the topper, lower the topper, and then lower the harvester, turn on the harvester. No, I should wait until I get out in the field before I do that. Uh-oh. What's going on here? We're not getting any... Oh, there we go. That's weird. Oh my gosh, it's filling up really fast. Wow. Yeah, so we're gonna probably need to put in that storage. I'm not sure I'm gonna make it across the field. I may have to back out of here. Oh, let's stop there. Oh, it takes a minute to process. Ah, that's what's going on. Yep, see, that damages the crop. That stinks. And it is full. Well, hooey, I am gonna have to back out of here. This thing does not hold enough. That is for sure. Oh, I'm getting over into the... No, I'm damaging too much. So definitely going around the outside of the field is probably going to be the best to start with here. Let me turn that topper off too. There we go. All right. Pipes out. Let's go get a trailer. Where's he at? There we go. All right, we'll get over there. I have not set up the course yet on Courseplay. I think what I'll do is I'll put the first dump into the facility, the production facility. And then by that point we should be able to gauge a little bit how much we're going to get. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have to put in that silo. I don't think there's going to be any way around it, but I don't want to put it in just yet, just in case we somehow can get by without putting it in. Let's see if it's going to fit underneath. Yep. All right. So I wonder if I should not just set this up on a course. I am actually just damaging too much. Let's do that. Let's at least get one set up here, because I'm afraid that I'm going to end up causing more damage than just letting a worker do it. Why didn't it pick up the field? There we go. All right, let's do 2 headlands. Actually, let's do 3 headlands. That gives it some space to turn around. Let's overlap the headland about 15% just so that we get it all, and we'll just bump the field margin out just a little bit. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Oh, wow. A lot of trips back and forth across the field. First waypoint, and let's get started and see what happens here. Looks like he knows what he's doing. Except for I need to stop this. I need to stop. And I'll tell you why. We need to run around counterclockwise. Because the output on this harvester is on this side. So let's just redo the course here real quick. Like I said, folks, this is my first time in Farm Sim 22 doing a sugar beet, so I am having to remember and refresh. Let's see. Now that should work out. So the pipe will be on the outside of the field. But he does not like my tractor sitting there. So he is it's gonna fill up really fast. I might as well get up here and start collecting some of this out. Tell you, the accelerator does not respond very well on this particular tractor. It's either that or the shifting pattern. It just does not respond very well. It's not very smooth. But it's an old tractor, I guess. May be pretty accurate. We'll follow along here until he gets down here to this turn, and then I'll let him go down, because there's quite a bit of a grade there on that hill, so we'll let him get past it there before we try to empty out. And then probably on the next turn down there, will probably be full and need to take it on up and empty out our first load here. See the the tank on the sugar beet harvester is filling up very, very fast. And that's it, 100%. We're full. Didn't even make it around the field. Well, I guess we made it across the field and then partially around it. So I've got a lot of trips to make back and forth. What I ought to do is put the silo down here. Huh. That's actually not a bad idea. And then I could just... well, let me take this down to the silo. We'll get this dumped in, and I may look at that. We'll just put the little silo down by the field, and then that way I don't have to run all the way up here to the farm. Come on, big tractor. Biggest tractor I have. You've got to make it up the hill. I did turn on the triggers here. I was looking at some of the silos that I had downloaded to see what they look like. So this will hold about 10,000 liters, I think. Oh, it actually holds more than that. Oh, okay, let's check that out real quick. That's a little bit surprising. So that would be the farm production. So let's look at sugar beet sugar. And where is the sugar beets? Ooh, it holds a whole bunch of them. Okay. Well, let's activate that. Looks like bread is out of flour, so let's deactivate that. We're out of oats, it looks like. Yep, deactivate that while I'm in here. So the only thing I have going right now is tomato sauce and the salad. I do need to add some more tomatoes in. And let's see. So with the sugar, I actually could start making cakes because I have all of the ingredients. I have to make some more flour. I have eggs. I'd have to make some butter. But I have strawberries. That's a potential there. I don't know what else we could use the sugar for. I don't know. I wonder if that is that just sugar? Plain sugar? It is. Well, either way, we can sell it. Probably for pretty nice profit. Where's sugar? Where is sugar? Oh, wow. 1800. And what does sugar beets go for? Boom. That is an awesome increase in profit. A ton of cycles per month. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill this puppy up with the sugar beets. We're going to fill it up. So several more loads here we'll make and get it full, and then we'll probably have to put in our little warehouse. But I guarantee you he's down here waiting. See, the grass is already growing back. I think I put fertilizer out on it. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Did I? I think I did. I think I put fertilizer on that field and the other grass field. Let's double check. Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, it looks like it. So it is ready to go. It could use a little dusting of lime, but I'm not going to worry about it this time around. We're going to be lucky enough to get a cutting before winter anyway. Now we're gonna have to. Whoa! That tree is shallow rooted. Yeah, that one doesn't have much holding it down. All right, let's see what this guy's going to do here. I'm not sure. He's just going to go forwards. Wow, okay. That is interesting. So how can I have to get turned around here? Let's see. Because I want to play a little catch up with him, so that he doesn't do that again. Oh, these hills are tough on the tractors. Come on. Come on, tractor. I tell you, on this kind of thinking back on one of my playthroughs on Farming Simulator 19, this was actually not long after I started my channel. One of my first maps I played on was Deer Country. Great map by DJ Modding. And I decided to do sugar beets. I think it was sugar beets. It was that or potatoes. Pretty sure it was sugar beets. And I decided to go cheap and use some very, very small equipment. And that was an absolute disaster. The size of the fields that I was trying to harvest and the amount of sugar beets it made, and then that little equipment that I was using just made this tiny little windrow. It was an absolute disaster, and I don't think I ever did sugar beets after that. It was it burned me, I tell you what. So I kind of learned my lesson. When it comes to sugar beets and potatoes, you definitely want to have the right equipment. I'm actually a little bit undersized. I think probably could have got away with that large harvester in this field. Definitely could use a bigger trailer here to haul this stuff. Oh, that tree's in the way. I mean, the field's not huge, but you just get so much product. I mean, it's just so much. I mean, see how fast this harvester fills up. I mean, it's crazy fast. And yeah, I knew after that anytime I ever did sugar beets and potatoes from there forward would definitely be with the appropriate equipment. And I am nearly full again. There we go. Another full load. So I am going to get this taken back up to the production plant. And while we're headed that way, let's pull this open and take a look and see if has it made any sugar yet. 75 already. So that is pretty good. I am pleased with how much the sugar sells for. I'm glad I can make it here on site. And I'm actually really pleased that the factory holds so much. My only concern is that I am still going to have far more than it holds. Based on what we've got so far, I'm definitely going to have to put something in. So let me get this dumped in. I'll make a few more rounds with the helper and see where we're at, and then we'll see what kind of progress I've made. Alright folks, we're waiting on the helper to get back up here to this side of the field. We'll get them emptied out. Usually can make a pass or one pass before it's full, so I'll run down the entire length of the field with him, empty them out. He'll get full by the time he's back up here to the end. So it is taking quite a bit of time. A lot of back and forth in the trailer. You see it's almost 11 a.m. Been going at this for a little bit. Did end up putting in the root crop storage. We'll take a look at that here in just a moment. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is making this a two-part episode. This will be part one, a to be continued type series, because this is taking a lot of time. So we are going to try and get around and empty this guy out here. And then we'll go and empty out this trailer because I'll be nearly full by the time we get down to the end. And we'll go take a look at the root crop storage and where I put it. It's actually working out pretty good. It's not far away. Ended up not putting it up there at the farm. And I went ahead and put it in because I was getting a little bit nervous about putting so many sugar beets in that farm production because I didn't know if I needed them, if I could get them back out. So I ended up just putting 2 loads in there, so it's 44,000 liters of sugar beets, and then the rest I've been putting in this storage, root crop storage. Alright, he is emptied out there. I am nearly full, so we will slowly make our turn here. This tractor is struggling quite a bit with the weight there in that turn. Actually could cut through the field now that I have an opening, but we'll just run on up here to the end here, and you can see just right over there is where I put in the storage. So I don't have to go very far, just right over here. And we can dump it out here along the road, and then when I get ready to, we can fill it from behind the building here. So I do need to do a little bit of landscaping here. I'll do that later on. Just hadn't had time. Having to stay on top of that harvester. It is filling up so quickly. But then around the back here, we have it where we can empty out if we want to. Oh, no, I didn't mean to. Shoot. Well, let me dump this back in here. But anyhow, this will be part 1, to be continued. Next time we'll finish this up and move on to some other things. I'm in debt, so I need to continue making some cash. Back up to 56,000, but that is going back into the loan. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to click that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you hadn't done so already. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you back here next time. I hope you have a blessed day.